I hand over to you my glorious, famous, respected, noble city, the shining queen of cities, our homeland. These are the words of the last Roman Emperor Constantine XI, with which he inspired his men for the final stand against the Ottomans. In these words, as in his whole speech, is a deep appreciation and love for the empire's beautiful capital. On May the 11th, a shining queen of cities celebrates her birthday, so I decided today is a good day to remember all the names by which the city of Constantine has been known. The first attested settlement at that promontory that separates the Golden Horn from the Sea of Marmara was called Lygos. According to Pliny the Elder, it was a Thracian colony that was founded in the 13th century BC. Despite its advantageous position, the colony didn't survive long. The Bronze Age collapse brought trade through the Bosphorus to a halt, and the colony was abandoned around the 11th century BC. In the middle of the 7th century BC, Prince Byzas from the Greek city of Megara was looking for a location to found a new city. He consulted the oracle of Apollo, who told him to found his city opposite of the blind. When Byzas sailed up to the mouth of the Bosphorus, he understood exactly what Pythia meant. On the eastern shore was the city of Chalcedon, founded by other Megaran colonists in 685 BC. But the western shore was so clearly superior that the founders of Chalcedon must have been blind not to spot it. So Byzas landed on the banks where Lygos used to be, and founded his city of Byzantion. The year of its foundation is either 667 or 657, depending on the source. In 168 BC, the kingdom of Thrace became a tributary of Rome. Subsequently, its status changed to a client state, and in 46 AD, it was finally incorporated as a Roman province. Byzantion became known by its Latinized name, Byzantium. In 196 AD, the city was destroyed by the legions of Septimius Severus after a protracted siege. The emperor later ordered the city rebuilt and named it Augusta Antonina in honor of his son, whom we know as Emperor Caracalla. But this name didn't stick. Everyone continued to refer to the city as Byzantium, until Constantine the Great came along. In 324, Constantine defeated Licinius and assumed the sole rule of the whole empire. In the same year, he ordered the construction of a new city at the spot of Byzantium. 6 years later, on May 11, 330, after a ceremony at Hagia Irene, he dedicated his new capital, Nova Roma, the New Rome. This was the official name of the city during the reign of Constantine, and it still remains in use in the title of the Patriarch of Constantinople. As the city grew in influence and splendor, it became known by many new names. The most famous of them is, of course, Constantinople. It was a popular name of the city ever since Constantine's dedication, but only became used in official documents in the 5th century. The Second Rome grew quickly, and by the time of Justinian's conquest was most likely the biggest city on the planet, with up to 1 million inhabitants. Its marvels became known around the world, and its names in different languages reflect the admiration people had for it. In Greek language, it was often referred to simply as polis, or the city. Here's what Arab geographer al-Masudi writes in his book The Attention and the Supervision. After 3 years, he built the city of Constantinople on the Bay of the Matos, known today as the Khazar Sea, to the Roman Sea, and the Sham in Egypt. He built it in the place called Tabula of the town of Byzantium, and he fortified it and adorned it with buildings. And he made it his seat of rule, and added his name to it. After him, the emperors of the Romans reside in it till today. The Romans called it Bulin, and when they want to talk about it as the seat of the empire, out of its greatness, they say Istin Bulin, and not Constantinople. The last sentence gives us a hint about the etymology of the city's modern name. Stimpoli, in Greek, means in the city, and sounds a lot like Stambol, which used to be a variant of the city's name in English, and is still its official name in Russian and Polish. The word Istanbul may have the same etymology, or may have originally come from one of the city's honorifics. Al-Masudi writes that Istinbulin comes from when the Romans speak of the city's greatness, so something like Vasilisa Tompolion, or the Queen of Cities, may be at the source here. Sadly, I don't speak Greek, and even if I had, the phonetics may have changed significantly in 1000 years. So it is hard to determine the exact etymology, but still it may be an interesting hypothesis to explore. Other languages also had flattering names for the city. The Vikings called it Miklagård, which means the great city in Old Norse. In Slavic languages, it's been called Carigrad or Carihrad, meaning Tsar city or Caesar city. The 19th century Russian poet Alexander Pushkin writes, "Your shield is on the gates of Tsargrad," in his The Ballad of Oleg the Seer. It refers to the Rus raid on Constantinople in 907, led by the titular character of the ballad. Constantine's original design for the city also found its reflections in foreign names of Constantinople. The Persians called it Taht-i-Rum, the throne of Romans. The Arabs, Rumiyat al-Kubra, great city of the Romans. More popular, however, was an Arabic calque of Constantinople. The word Al-Constantiniye became Constantiniye in Turkish, and was used up until the official renaming in 1930. The city of Constantine certainly has an impressive set of names. I doubt I have listed all of them, so I hope you can expand my list by writing the city's name in your native language in the comments below. And if you watch this video on the 11th of May, don't forget to have a little celebration for the anniversary of New Rome's founding. And as always, thanks a lot for watching until the end, and I will see you in the next one.